And what that is the property tax increase on primary residence. And what do you have to be, Bobby?
You have to be 55 or older.
So before you had to be 65, if I remember right, 62 to 65, and only a couple counties will allow you to take your tax base with you. So this has to do with tax base that you have, right? The other thing, I think you have to be severely disabled. And the other thing is if your home has been damaged by wildfire or natural disaster. So if it was burnt and you need to move somewhere else, this allows you to do that.
So like, for instance, probably the folks living in Paradise a couple years ago, I'm sure a lot of them didn't want to move back and rebuild. So,
right. In their house, their taxable value was probably 100,000 and they went and bought a 300,000 or 400,000. So let's just go through a scenario. So say you currently have your house that you're going to sell, your current taxable value is 300,000. And people are going, how do you get that? Well, you bought your house for 250, you lived in it for a few years, and they've adjusted it at the 3% under Prop 13. The 3% they can't increase every year with the value that has gone up. Right. So that's and then so you're going to sell your house for 500,000, right? And then you bought a new one for 700,000.
Moving up.
Yep, on up to the east side. And then so you take the 700,000 minus the 500,000 you sold your house for, you have a $200,000 difference. So what you do is you take that difference. Why am I talking? This is your show.
No.
You take that difference and you add it to your tax base, right? Your current taxable value plus the 200 difference, and your new taxable value is 500,000. And people saying, okay, what does that do for me? Right?
Yeah.
Well, it saves you on taxes, right? It saves you about 200,000 in property tax value. So that's like 2,500 in property taxes. I have 1.25 in there because that's kind of what we use standard. Somewhere might be 1.15, 1.21. It just depends on where you're at, but we kind of use a 1.25 across the board.
So that's a conservative estimate. Yeah.
Correct.
So. Yeah. And that's good. There's a lot of folks, obviously, if you're 55 or older, you're probably not going to work, until you're 80 years old. Right. So chances you're going to be on a fixed income or some kind of income limitation. So I know it is a one-time deal, right? So you can only transfer it. Say you buy the
3 times, up to 3 times.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was one time.
No, up to 3 times.
Oh, well, that's even better news. Yeah. Okay. Well, in that case, yeah.
So you can do it technically for up to 3 times. So now you can take that $700,000 house that you just bought and go out and buy $1 million property, and you add 300,000 to your current tax base.
Yeah.
So now you're 800. And so it's about 200,000, savings.
Yeah. Either way, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Any way you can save money. Obviously, our taxes, depending on who you ask, probably aren't spent the best, at least not ways that I would authorize.
Yeah, they always have better ideas than what we do.
Of course.
And especially with the new gas, you're going to get the money back. I don't know who's getting